There you are.
Always a pleasure.
Took you long enough.
Try not to lose those stones.
It is good to see you again, warrior. I want to thank you once more for protecting our abbey the night that Manimarco attacked. The fire of my gratitude still burns bright. But I digress. I have need of your aid once more. Quite correct. A former student requires my assistance, but I cannot do what is necessary on my own. Fighting the dragons that plague elsewhere seems an impossible task, but the Dragonguard once successfully hunted them. We seek their wisdom. Tombs. I will search one, you the other, using this Dragonguard seal. The seal will activate 3 glyphs, which, in turn, will reveal the entrance to the tomb. Between the two of us, I pray we find the wisdom my student requires. Will you help me? Find the 3 glyphs in Tenzelwil. Let me mark their locations on your map, along with where I think the hidden tomb lies. I prepared notes as well. Feel free to take them with you. It's an heirloom my former student provided. It contains a minor enchantment that reveals hidden glyphs. I imagine it was once used as a way to pass along secret information. Now, we will use it to find the hidden Dragonguard tombs. We can discuss that later. Right now, we have our own tasks to accomplish. Remember, the dragons are already loose and elsewhere. Just know that my former student seeks a way to fight those great beasts before the damage they inflict cannot be undone. Expert? Far from it. I started looking into the history to help my former student. The recent Dragonguard were defenders of the Emperor. But according to legend, in the distant past, they hunted dragons nearly to extinction. When the last Emperor of the Riemann dynasty was assassinated, the Dragonguard were disbanded. Various emperors in the intervening years have formed their own versions to add legitimacy to their rule, but they were never the same. Ah, there you are. It appears you were as successful as I. Did your tomb contain anything of note? Interesting. I found a similar map, but to a different location. This might be exactly what my former student was hoping for. Will you come with me to the Abbey of Blades? The damage was mostly superficial, though there is still much work to do to fully restore the Abbey. My most accomplished student will meet us there. We can give him the maps to both sanctuaries, and he can decide on the next course of action. I think it best if my student introduces himself, in his own way. Here, you should carry both maps and present them to him yourself. Come, I acquired horses to speed us on our journey. We can depart for the Abbey of Blades as soon as you're ready. Follow me, warrior. I find the view from this approach most inspiring. Behold, my home and heart, the Abbey of Blades. Many blade masters earned their titles on these hallowed grounds. My student waits inside. I think he'll be pleased to receive the maps you carry.
My old friend, the Sorcerer sent word of your imminent arrival. Welcome back to the Abbey of Blades. It's good to see you again, Vestige. Ready to once again answer Tamriel's latest cry for help? I returned to the Abbey to help Sorcerer rebuild. I'm not much of a carpenter, but I do what I can. When the dragons invaded elsewhere, I knew my duty was to fight against them, and I began to search for the wisdom of the ancient Dragonguard. Yes. The maps appear to be the right age. The sanctuaries they lead to may well contain the knowledge and relics I seek. We must visit these sites as soon as possible. I just need a little time to study them and determine their orientation. Speak to Kasura. She uncovered an ancient Dragonguard tool known as a Grappling Bow. Such a device may prove useful in our journey to come. Why don't you try to figure out how to best utilize it? Find Kasura near the entrance to the training hall, just north of here. She has a grappling bow that you can train with. Meanwhile, I'll study the maps you found and make ready for our journey. As far as I know, I'm the last of the Dragonguard. Once my duty was to protect the Emperor and defend the Empire. Now I must carve a new path from the legends of old. Now I prepare to hunt dragons. Someone needs to take up the mantle. Besides, faith and legends go hand in hand. They are the whetstone that sharpens my blade. Let us see where my faith in no legends takes us before we dismiss the notion that my predecessors were dragon slayers. Ah, our grand battle within the Daedric realm. I was ready to lay down my life to protect Tamriel from Molag Bal's dark schemes. Then the battle was done. I was looking for a new purpose when I heard that dragons had returned to elsewhere. A noble goal, wouldn't you agree, Vestige? Evil must be defeated. Innocence must be protected. And so we continue to fight. At this point in time, I know of no greater evil than the dragons that rampage over elsewhere. Meet with me by the stables after you speak with Kasura.
You look like you could give a Daedric prince pause. Like your chances against a dragon. Marcelok is corrupting the green, and we are grasping at straws.
I pity elsewhere, but Valenwood has a dragon problem of its own. The dragon, Marcelok, is blighting land and threatening the green. As luck would have it, Sai Sahan and Blade Master Kasura have plans to repay a debt of pain to these dragons. I'm hoping he can spare some assistance with some plans of my own. Marcelok is a lot chancerful. Interesting choice of words there. As it happens, the dragon hasn't attacked us, but its presence is doing something unwholesome to the land. He's blighted an entire valley near Valenwood. We tried to handle it ourselves, but the army King Comoran sent to kill it hasn't returned. And it doesn't look like they're ever going to. Now we're weighing our options. One way or another, I'll come up with something. Sens Labors, I can put you to work! You can meet us out there after we finished here. Bring some friends, though. The more the merrier.
Warrior, did Sai Sahan find the maps as interesting as I expected? Ah, yes, the grappling bow. A most useful device. Like someone combined a crossbow with a grappling hook. Loose it at a grappling point, and the chain retracts to drag you toward it. So we believe. The device requires incredible skill, however. So far, none of my students have mastered it. Why don't you give it a try? Gather the grappling bow from behind the statue next to the stables, then return here to begin your training. I expected you to rise to the challenge. You'll find the grappling bow behind the statue near the stables. Well, I can certainly tell you what Sai has told me. When the Dragonguard hunted dragons, they each crafted their own grappling bow. This one was found in a Dragonguard's grave. Dragons fly. Dragonguard do not. Instead, the Dragonguard utilized the grappling bow to reach higher ground. At least, they did so whenever high points were available. I don't think any of us will have time to train to that level. With a little practice, however, it could serve as a means for achieving out-of-reach places. I think that's the best we can hope for in this particular instance. Ready to train with the grappling bow? Use the grappling bow to get up to the roof of the training hall and light the brazier you find there. That will demonstrate your innate skill with the device. After that, talk to Sai and see if he's ready to decipher the maps. Start on the ledge of the building behind us. Merely follow the grappling points until you reach the roof of the training hall. Good luck, warrior. And please, try not to injure yourself.
This old warrior has deciphered the first map. It leads to the Windscour Temple, hidden atop the ruins of Hunding's Watch. I saw the light of the brazier. I take it you were able to utilize the grappling bow? Excellent. As the saying goes, a weapon is only as reliable as the soldier who wields it. With that being said, it would be best not to drop the device. It's incredibly old. Now, are you ready to depart for Windscour Temple? Anything we can use against the dragons. Tomes describing hunting techniques and strategies. Weapons. Honestly, whatever appears to be useful. If you spot something of value, let me know. Let's be on our way then. Sorcerer has agreed to let us borrow her horses. The sooner we search these Dragonguard sanctuaries, the sooner we can uncover their secrets. I'll secure the horses while you go on ahead. think that a Dragonguard sanctuary was hidden beneath Hunding's watch all this time. It seems this sanctuary won't easily give up its secrets. Come, let us speak. It appears the sanctuary's archives are out of reach. There doesn't even appear to be a place to use the grappling bow. I don't know how to proceed. I agree. After all, with the proper application of will, the way always opens. Perhaps the answer lies in these statues. I am familiar with these personages. The statues represent the 4 greatest Grand Masters the Dragonguard have ever known. Gellin Brawl, who helped establish the Order. Etienne Valusis, who chronicled their history, and so forth. A brazier stands before each. Perhaps if we were to light them, they would reveal a way forward. Though I also suspect there's a proper order to it all. Read each statue's plaque and see if they contain any clues. We honor you, Grand Masters of old. May your flames burn eternal. Hit it. Look, a grapple point has appeared on the platform above. It seems that we have use for that grappling bow after all. You should search the archives above. Gather anything you believe may prove useful to our efforts. What an archive. If the Empire knew anything, it's the value of keeping good records. supposed to search? Come, tell me what you discovered so far. Have you found anything useful? Dragon hunting techniques, perhaps? Maybe even a weapon? The Horn of Chidori? This journal claims it's a dragon horn of great power, and the last of the original Dragonguard went in search of it. Incredible. I thought dragon horns were merely legends, but according to this, at least one exists. Truly? That makes your experience invaluable to our efforts. Tell me, what does a dragon horn look like? How was it used? So the legends are true. Incredible. A dragon horn would give us the edge we desperately need to combat the dragon invasion of elsewhere. After all, the dragon is far easier to fight on the ground than in the sky. Stormtalon Temple. That's the location revealed by the second map. It's near the entrance to Afrin's Hold in Stormhaven. We should head there at once and see what we can find. So this is Stormtalon Temple. Seems more like a maze than a sanctuary. It appears the sanctuary has fallen into ruin, blocking our path to the archives. As the Dragonguard say, every path is worthy of pursuit. Though it seems the path we seek is a rather tricky one. Why did you try using your grappling bow? There may be a path forward that we just can't see from this vantage point. I suggest you pick a direction and see where it takes you. If you become stuck, feel free to return here and try again. Excellent work. Now see what you can find in the archives. Any luck over there? Were you able to find the Horn of Chidori? Interesting. We should prepare to face further challenges. Neither Windscour nor Stormtalon were easy to navigate. I suspect this next sanctuary will prove similarly difficult. Does the book indicate where this dark water is located? We can take the horses to Windhelm, and then search on foot from there.
They should have been back by now. Captain Alhana said they'd meet us here after an evening of prayer, right?
That's what she said, but I don't see them. Maybe what the traveling merchant said is true.
I don't see a way farther into the sanctuary. Perhaps you'll have better luck. No, that doesn't seem helpful. You should try looking somewhere else. Nothing useful yet? Grapple point. There's an urn beside it. Why don't we see what it contains? That's dragon bone powder. The ancient Dragonguard used it in their ceremonies. Of course. The powder reveals a hidden path. Follow it, quickly! Another archive. No Dragonhorn in sight. Let's look around. Have you found something? Did you find anything? Something about the Dragonhorn? By Lecky's blade! Of all the possibilities I imagined, that was never among them. No matter the dangers, we must retrieve that Dragonhorn. The fate of Elsewhere depends on it. Did the journal indicate where Veloxen lairs? Such a journey requires planning and preparation. Let's return to the Abbey of Blades and check in with Kasora.
Warrior returns. Was your search of the Dragonguard Sanctuary successful? Dragonhorn? I have heard of such relics in stories and legends. Stolen by a dragon. Well, Sai-Sahan has always enjoyed a good challenge. How will you find this creature? A long way to go. But such a relic is what Sai was hoping to find when he set forth upon this path. May Lecky watch over you, warrior. You and Sai both.
I assume you told Kasura of our adventure, warrior. When you brought the Dragonguard Sanctuary maps to me, I had no idea what we would find. Hunting techniques, perhaps. Maybe a weapon or two. The promise of a Dragonhorn. That's more than I dreamed possible after all this time. Those who risk nothing inadvertently, risk it all. Either we face this single dragon to gain a Dragonhorn, or we face a horde without such a weapon at our side. But what's risk without reward? Here's something for the aid you provided thus far. The journals we discovered in the Dragonguard Sanctuaries point to one obvious conclusion. The Horn of Chidori exists, but was stolen by the dragon Veloxen. We must enter the dragon's lair in southern Elsewhere and retrieve the horn. The journals indicated that the horn was indestructible, and Stendar knows that dragons are as close to immortal and unchanging as the earth and sky. Fate has placed the Horn of Chidori in our path for a purpose. I believe that with all my heart. Despite its age, the map included with the journal clearly shows where we must go. A dormant volcano in southern Elsewhere. I ask you, friend, will you make this journey with me? The horses will carry us to the nearest port. From there, we can charter a boat and sail to southern Elsewhere. Thanks to the map you found in Darkwater Temple, it should be easy enough to find Voloksen's lair. What an unusual question. Don't you know that great deeds set the stage for greater victories? And what a deed you already accomplished, facing down a mighty dragon. Rumor has it that all of Anequina knows you to be a mighty dragon hunter. Honestly, I find it invaluable to fight alongside someone with your expertise. Voloksen should prove little trouble for you and I. Regardless of the risks we face, we have a duty to Tamriel to retrieve this Dragonhorn. As a Blade Master and Captain of the Dragonguard, I am quite up to the task of helping you take down this dragon. An excellent idea. Wisdom and reason are sharpened into focus every time we scrutinize the things we learn. What would you like to discuss? The journal described a dormant volcano near the coast of southern Elsewhere, though I suspect we'll find a cave or ruin nearby. Dragons prefer secure lairs and aren't known to nest out in the open. Plus, it needs a place to hide the stolen horn. I never heard of Voloksen before we saw the name in the journal. The dragons are clever creatures. Besides, the Dragonguard was dissolved around that time. In all likelihood, the sanctuary was abandoned, leaving the Horn of Chidori undefended. When Emperor Varen made me captain of his Dragonguard, I swore to protect the Empire. With the return of the dragons, I knew I had to find a way to fight the beasts, just like the Dragonguard of old. The Horn of Chidori could be our best weapon. It's a dragon horn of great power, nearly indestructible and able to replenish its innate magic. It has no equal. With the Horn of Jidori, we have a chance to defeat the dragons of Elsewhere. Without it, the dragons have a distinct advantage. Dragon's lair should be nearby. Be on your guard, warrior. That Kashiti ruin in the distance. Fine place for a dragon to nest. Prepare yourself, warrior. Who knows what awaits us in there? Curious. Seems this place once served as a Kwama mine, though it appears abandoned now.
guests in untold centuries. You sound just like the Dragonguard who last graced these halls. You seek the horn of my cowardly brother? Pathetic. Like the Dragonguard before you, death will be your only reward.
It appears this soldier was killed by Kwama. It must have been a massive swarm. These pitiful Dragonguard found only death in Beloxen's lair. Stay alert. I fear the beast lays a trap for us. Uses Kwama as a form of defense. Step quickly. We don't want to be caught in the open. accept, Scales. The drawbridge blocks our way. See if you can find any clue as to how to operate the pulleys. Notice the pulleys? They should help us lower the drawbridge. Unfortunately, I'm not sure which combination of settings will open the way. See if you can find anything that could assist us. Tried to lower the drawbridge, you say? Well, that certainly doesn't bode well for us. Tell me the riddle. Kenarthi is the Khajiiti god of travel, not unlike Tava, the bird god. Alkosh is called Akatosh by most, the dragon god of time. And the Main is a Khajiiti spiritual leader. Each pulley features an icon, a bird, an hourglass, or a Khajiit. This riddle must hint toward where to position the two pulleys of each icon. Remember, Kenarthi flies overhead. Alkosh stands in glory. The Main bows before their greatness. Horn of Chidori is just ahead. At last, the Horn of Chidori. Now we finally have a chance against this dragon threat. We have reclaimed the Horn of Jidori!
A dragon's
Axe!
horn.
To arms!
Pity I don't share my brother's sentiment.
moment, if you please. Our battle against Veloxen left me quite exhausted. Return to the Abbey of Blades and let Sorcerer know what we succeeded. I will follow as soon as I can.
It is good to see you hale and whole, warrior. But where is Sai? Did something happen? You found the Dragonhorn. Leki's perfect blade. That is good news. Thank you, warrior. You did far more than help Sai Sahan recover the wisdom of the Dragonguard. Because of your efforts, he finally has a way to combat this dragon invasion.
I've returned, and I bring the Dragonhorn. Come, let us speak. Now that we have the Horn of Chidori, our true work begins. As the saying goes, strike when the opportunity appears, or stand by and do nothing. I can never do nothing. Most certainly. You saw how it knocked Veloxen out of the sky, granting us a significant advantage in battle. It's as indestructible as the journal says. It will prove invaluable in the battles to come. I just wish we knew the Horn's origin. Veloxen implied that the Dragonhorn was willingly given by another of its kind. But what manner of dragon would give away its own horn? And for what purpose? Well, perhaps things will become clearer with more study. I must train with the Dragonhorn and prepare for what lies ahead. And so must you, warrior. When the time comes, I will call for your aid. Together, we shall fight back against the dragons and drive them from elsewhere. This, I swear to you. When the Dragonguard dies, we say a prayer. May your flame burn eternal. It's a promise to honor them, a desire for their legacy to live on. And it's an oath that we uphold, to never forget those who came before. An oath I will always honor. Reports tell me that the dragons have moved into southern elsewhere, ravaging towns and villages along the way. That is where I will go. I'll send for you when I get there. We won't be alone. We'll rally others to our cause. Those willing to take up the mantle of the dragon hunters of old. It will be glorious. We still have so much to learn, though. So much to do to reignite the Dragonguard. I've been far too busy. Between helping rebuild the Abbey and finding a way to fight the dragon invasion and elsewhere, there's been little time to socialize. Yes, she did. For a time. I hoped she would join me in my efforts to reclaim the wisdom of the Dragonguard. But something else called my snow lily away. Something Lyris felt she had to do. I'm afraid she did not say. Perhaps it was something she wished to do alone, or perhaps she was afraid I would forsake my duties and join her. Well, she did promise to write, though. I eagerly await her letters.
I pity elsewhere, but Valenwood has a dragon problem of its own. The dragon, Marcelock, is blighting land and threatening the green.
You look like you could give a Daedric prince pause. Like